What's up, guys? I'm Brian Beckwith, aka BBTHEDP, and today I'm gonna break down Dani Leigh blue chips. All right, so right off the bat, you'll probably notice a lot's going on. You'll probably notice it's a very soft image. This was a ARRI Alexa with I believe a 24 or 32 mil Zeiss standard speed, shot at T2, so wide open. And in front of the lens, we have double fog 1, black pro mist 1, and then depending on the focal length, I was changing out black pro mist quarter and half. So we're like triple stacked up on the fusion filters because the concept of this video was like she's underwater the whole time. So it's this underwater vibe with just like blooming lights, and it's beautiful and it's a vibe. So going into the lighting setup, this arrow right here, this is Joe Lico, armed all the way up on her stand, super high, coming down, backlighting her. That's pretty much the only light we're using for this. I'll get into our fill, but something interesting you'll note about that, you're like, why is there rays? Again, the concept of this video, she's like underwater, it's blue chips, right? It's a vibe. So what we have is what's called a gobo in the Lico, which is a pattern. It projects a pattern. I don't remember which one, but it was some sort of like weird Cucaloris pattern. And then very interesting thing to note, this is a little BBTHEDP sauce trick tip that you're gonna get. We're using what's called a Gobo Rotator inside the Lico. And what that is doing is it's rotating the gobo very slowly to create this like underwater light rays effect. I just said that little sauce trick tip because I don't see it much in film. That's something you're gonna see more so if you go to like an event. People are using, source 4s to project a logo or to light a stage, and they'll use the Gobo rotators a lot. But you can buy them and then use them in film for cool moving lighting effects like that. So furthermore, talking about our backlight, which is almost our key because it's mainly lighting this whole scene. It's a Joe Lico set to daylight with full CTB, color temperature blue, in it to make it even more blue. And then I believe we're at 3200 Kelvin in camera to make it super blue vibe. And the director wanted this like underwater, like moving light look. So I was trying to figure out how to do that. And shout out to my gaffer, Dimitri. He's the one that decided to use that tool, the Gobo Rotator, to get it to move. So credit goes to the gaffer, Dimitri, on that creative suggestion. That's another lesson to be learned too, is like sometimes, most of the time, no one knows it all. So leaning on people that you trust to do their creative job and make creative suggestions is huge. So Dimitri is a very talented gaffer. Love working with him. Shout out to him. Getting into the rest of the image, you'll notice the fill here. We just have just a little bit of ambient fill just so you can see her face. This is kind of funny because it's very unconventional. It's a Sky Panel S60. It might have been set to daylight. I think it was daylight. It might have been a little bit cooler. But it was literally, there's probably like a white cyc like 30 feet away. And it was like, just happened to be turned on as a work light. And then I was like, actually, we need that. So we just bumped it up a little bit. Like normally you would go into like a bounce card or like through some, diffusion frame directly on her. But we wanted just this like very ambient, like she's underwater. Like you could see, like you barely see a shadow on her nose there. We just wanted this very ambient light. So we just literally had a Sky Panel like at a white cyc wall, not even pointed at her, and just dimmed it up. That's how low the light level is. Like I said, I'm at an F2, and I think this is 1280 ISO right here. You can notice some of the noise and grain in her face. So very low light levels. If you turn your cell phone on, you're starting to affect our image. So turn your phone off on set. Again, with the Sky Panel, it was a very weird way of doing things, and someone might not, teach you or tell you to do it that way, but again, rules are meant to be broken. You don't always have to do it the specific way. It's like learn the tools of the trade, learn what you should do, and then like once you know it, break them. Like what looks good to your eye. Like you're a DP, a cinematographer, you're the one that's choosing what looks good. So if that looks good, who cares, bro? People do weird stuff all the time. That's one of the great things about this job.